Hello, everyone, and welcome in 2022. Happy New Year. A year that is dominated by the energy of Saturn, which comes with a whole lot of challenges but also opportunities. I'm not going to go into detail in this video on the different energy aspects of the coming year, of this year. I will put a link to an article I wrote about that. What I want to focus on is which are the elixirs, the energies, the guides that will help us move through the energy of 2022, face the challenges that we need to face as smoothly as possible, and also make the best of the opportunities that come with the energy of this new year. Let's dive into it. So the first elixir that will help us and accompany us during this year is the elixir of Isis and Osiris. Isis and Osiris is an elixir that connects to the sacral chakra and that will harmonize all the energies connected to the sacral chakra. Of course, Isis and Osiris, the sacred king and queen of Egypt, god and goddess, it will harmonize the masculine and the feminine within. So this is an elixir that will help us cultivate harmony within and not fall into any extremes, which is a big issue, a big challenge this year. There will be a lot of, we will be faced with a lot of opposition within and without. And the challenge is to really stay centered, to stay on the middle road, to choose the middle road in every situation. And so this is an elixir that will really help us do that within, first of all, to harmonize all the energies that we can see as polar opposites, that are really polar complements, that complement each other, that enrich each other, and that balance each other out. So to accept these different energies within, and to make space really to experience the sacred marriage of the masculine and the feminine within. So this is what this elixir will do for us. Of course, there are a lot of number twos in this year, 2022, 3 twos. So a lot of this dynamic of duality. And this will help us choose unity instead of opposition, duality, and separation. The second elixir that will help us throughout this year is the Horus elixir. Horus, of course, the god Horus in ancient Egypt, is the love child of Isis and Osiris. So from the balanced masculine and feminine within, so we tune into our intuition, we listen to our heart, we listen to what we are feeling. We don't base our opinion or our choice on external circumstances. And then we take action, so the sacred masculine. We don't just stay in the world of our ideas, we put them into action and we manifest them as well. Horus will help in this process of manifestation. Horus is the elixir that will connect to our third eye, that will open our third eye. It helps with clarity, vision. It's a year where we will have to make some really important and life-changing choices. That's really present in the energy of this year. And it's important that we make the right choices, that we don't make choices based on fear or from a space of insecurity, but that we make the choices that are for our higher good and the higher good of everyone around us, of course. So Horus will help us create the clarity to make the choices that we need to make this year. He will help us get out of eternal doubt, really choose a vision, choose a path, choose a trajectory for ourselves this year. What Horus will also help us do is break through any limiting thought patterns. And that is something else that will really come up this year, is that we will be confronted with a lot of our preconceived ideas. And really, they all come up to help us clear them, cleanse them. As open-minded as some of us may think we are, we still hold a lot of fixed, rigid beliefs and preconceived ideas. We hold certain truths as well. Horus helps us break free of all of that. So the big key word this year is freedom as well. All of this, our inner limitations, of course, are coming up to help us see them and to help us break free of them, to go towards greater freedom, which might seem contradictory in the current climate, but it's not. It's really, all of this is coming up to help us see where we still have structures of control within that need to be liberated, that need to be more flexible, more open. The guide that will help us do this, of course, is Mary Magdalene. Why Mary Magdalene? For one, because she's present also in the energy of this year. So of course 22 is a Magdalene number. So it's really a strong connection to her, because also we build upon the energy of last year. So last year was the year of the rose, the energy of the rose, the year of the Cathar prophecy as well. So a resurgence of the consciousness and the awareness of the importance of the divine feminine in the world. Mary Magdalene builds upon that energy. This year, though, the sacred feminine that appears in our energy, in our life, is the sacred feminine that is much more embodied. So there will be concrete action that will follow this year. Last year we had a lot of awareness that was raised, a lot of realizations. This year we will put those things into action, really with the energy and the help of Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene as well, because with all the twos this year, the second card in the tarot is the High Priestess. The ultimate High Priestess is Mary Magdalene. And the message, of course, behind all those twos and the presence of the High Priestess this year is that everything that we're going through is one big initiation. And instead of just staying stuck in the terrible things that are happening in the world or everything that is happening to us, Mary Magdalene really invites us to see the correlation between what is happening on the outside and what is present on the inside. So if we are faced with structures of control, authoritarian behavior from our governments, where is the resonance within with all of this? Do we still have authoritarian constructs within ourselves? Where is the dictator within? Where do we still like to control our lives or control the lives of others? Where are we too rigid, too fixed, too unmovable in our truths, in our beliefs? So she will help us face all of that and also move through it, transform it. Mary Magdalene, of course, is also the patron saint of alchemy. So she really helps us transform all these energies, all these issues that come up this year and not run away from them, which is something that we might have a tendency to do when we face a lot of difficulty and a lot of opposition. And she really, it's like holding our hand and she's taking us through it. And she's giving us the energy, the strength, the faith, and the perseverance to move through all the challenges. And then the last elixir that I would also recommend, so usually there's 3 elixirs each year, but this year I recommend an extra elixir really as some added support because it will be intense what we will be facing this year. There will be huge shifts on a personal level and in the collective as well. The last elixir is Joseph. Joseph is the energy of the sacred masculine, first of all. In our elixirs, Joseph refers to the energy of the father of Yeshua, but also of the uncle, Joseph of Arimathea. So a strong masculine, a structuring, supportive masculine. And what Joseph will do is he will help us build a sense of security within, so that we stop looking for security from the political world or from people outside of us taking decisions for us, making decisions for us. So as I said in the article about the energy of this year, it will be a great year of restructuring, really remapping our inner geographies and changing all the the energies that don't allow us to expand, that don't allow us to be entirely free. So a lot of old, not non-functional structures will crumble away and fall away. What Joseph will help us do is build internal structures of support that are healthy, that don't keep us in a narrow box, that don't limit us. He will help us also cultivate healthy structures and healthy relationships with the people around us. So in our family relationships, in our work relationships, to nourish, create structures that support all of us, that support life, that support growth, that support expansion, and that don't hold us back, hold us down, limit us, confine us. So that's, I feel, also an important one this year. So a big year for letting go of toxic structures, really, of control, of limitation, of the inner dictator within, really. This is who we are letting go of this year. Also through all the events, of course, that are happening outside of us. And the elixirs that will help us with this: Isis and Osiris for the sacred relationship, harmony of the masculine feminine within, not falling into any extremes, not being reactive as well. Horus, making discerned choices, intelligent choices, choices that we make after we've evaluated multiple points of view, multiple options, help us have an overview of the situation instead of making decisions from our unsettled emotional states or from an unbalanced place of being. So Horus is clarity, direction, and focus. So Mary Magdalene, to give us the support to move through all of these initiations of the year, to see everything that is happening in our life, in our world, as an initiation, to take it as an opportunity to free ourselves of restriction within. And then, of course, the Joseph elixir, to build healthy structures, to help us see what healthy structures look like and feel like. Now, how do you use these elixirs? Whenever you feel that you need a certain kind of energy, you just take the elixir and you smell them. They're used in olfactotherapy above all. You can also just hold the bottle on you, take it with you during the day, put it in your pocket, because these elixirs are energetically informed by the energy of the guides. So they will also accompany you. This way you can use them in meditation before you do a meditation or a prayer. You smell the elixir and you really connect to the energy this way. While you're sleeping, you just put them on your tablet next to the bed, and in a very intuitive and self-explanatory way, you can just use them whenever you feel that you need them. So Isis and Osiris, you'd use it whenever you feel out of balance. Horus, you'd use that when you have important choices to make this year or difficulty to see clearly what is the best choice for you. Mary Magdalene, when you're facing some difficulties, some hard stuff this year, or heavy stuff is coming up and you feel discouraged, you would use the elixir of Mary Magdalene to really have the courage to push through. And then Joseph, I'd suggest you'd use it all throughout the year, really, as an energetic support for the whole process that is happening, that is taking place this year.